VMware. Like all our servers are virtual servers. So I just know what VMware console and how to shut down and switch on a VC.
Okay, okay, no problem.
Yeah,
So
I
you
have
know you
only that much knowledge about VMware.
are
Yeah, I used
okay.
to.
So at this, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I just have a lab setup. I mean, just to install two, three servers, I used to install VMware and do the partitioning and basic installation I used to do to set up a lab environment myself. Other than that, I don't have any idea.
That's more than enough. That's more than enough. That's what I was looking for. So you used VMware Workstation, is it?
Yes,
Oh, perfect. Okay. So what you did basically? So you have your laptop just to read on your own. You installed a kind of virtualization software named as
yes,
VMware Workstation. So once you install that application, you created multiple virtual machines.
yeah,
So on top of the virtual machine, you install again different operating systems. For example, your host operating system, most probably maybe a Windows. So
yes,
to learn Linux or Windows or clustering or anything else, so you installed a different operating system on top of the virtualization.
yes,
So in a single physical hardware, you have multiple virtual machines. So multiple virtual machines are running at the same time simultaneously in
yes.
one physical hardware. Okay. So this is one of the use case. One of the use case of virtualization is use your hardware most efficiently,
Okay,
right? So
yes.
basically when you, why do we need a laptop? Why do you need a laptop to
Why
watch
I need
movies?
a laptop?
Yeah, basically why we need laptop? Why you need to probably to use your MS Office, watch
Yeah,
movies, hear music, something like that, is it?
yes.
So, did you ever go to your task manager and check what is the percentage of CPU and memory utilization in a normal scenario
Sorry, your voice is breaking.
when you're hearing your music or watching your movie? Okay, is it better now?
Yeah, it's better now.
All right. So just interrupt me, stop me whenever you're, you kind of feeling any disturbance. Just interrupt me, otherwise I will not be knowing. All right.
Okay.
So the question is, whenever you're watching a movie or music, so did you ever go and check your task manager? What is the percentage of resource utilization? Probably like a CPU memory anytime?
No, I never checked it.
No problem at all. So what's your configuration? Probably 8 GB of memory,
Yeah,
some i5 or i7 processor, right?
yeah,
So when you watch a movie or music, probably like a not more than 10 to 15 percentage of your CPU utilization and some 50 to 60 percentage of your memory utilization. I'm
yeah,
saying not even 50, it'll be like 30 to 40. But
yes,
you paid for complete 8 GB, but you
yes,
paid for complete i5,
yeah,
right? You purchase 100 percentage of your resource, but you hardly using them, right?
yeah.
When you
That
reach your 100 percentage of resource, very hardly, right?
very
Once in a
hardly.
while, maybe, probably, very
Yeah,
hardly, right? So how do I use it efficiently?
okay.
Virtualization. So
Yeah,
when you have multiple virtual machines in a single physical hardware
yeah,
and split the resource, make them use a resource from the single hardware, you are making the use of hardware more efficiently, right?
yeah. That's correct.
Yeah. All right. So let's go back to the slide. What you are seeing. So, what is the importance of this course is administrators must have knowledge on skills and ability about how to run the vSphere environment.
Yeah.
You must know how to install, configure ESXi host, vCenter. You must also know how to manage your ESXi box and virtual machines in the vCenter. So this is what we're going to see in this course, right? The complete course going to teach you how to install your ESXi, how to install your vCenter, and how to manage your virtual machines. That's a core, right? Why do we need ESXi and vCenter? End of the day, I need my virtual machine,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So let's get started. So in this course, we have multiple modules. Now we are here, course introduction. So after we finish the course introduction, there are multiple modules, something like a software-defined data center, how to create your virtual machine, vCenter server. We will be talking about the networks, storage, virtual machine management, how to give access to the people, how to manage your resource, high availability, host scalability, how to patch your ESXi box, and end of the day, like we'll be talking about the installation. But this is the actual order, but we'll be scrambling. So this is
Okay.
not the right order they have given. We will be scrambling around here. So we'll be finishing 1 and 2, and then we'll be going 3, and then back to 7. So something like that to make you feel better, to understand the things much better. So it's not like,
Okay.
yeah, this is how it should be.
Okay.
All right, so here they are going to talk about, yeah, I'm just going to skip a few things. Like they are given about the font. I don't want to talk about the font. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so what is vSphere? So when you talk about the VMware products for the virtualization, basically you have two different types of virtualization. So one you can call it as a desktop virtualization, or that's not the right word. Or I could say is that's for personal use, for lab use. So
Yeah.
so for example, VMware Workstation, VirtualBox, VMware Server, all these are made for your personal use, not for the production, right? So that
Yeah.
you're going to install in your laptop, you're
Yeah.
going to learn something, you're going to put some operating system top of it, and then you're going to learn something. Did you ever heard someone is using VMware Workstation in the production environment?
No,
The answer is
never.
no, never, because they are made for test purpose,
Yes.
right? Yeah. So then what do I use for production? So they have a production and product that's what they call it as a vSphere suite. So under vSphere suite, there are multiple components. One of the most important component is a hypervisor. Hypervisor is nothing but where you are going to run your virtual machines. So they have a name called as ESXi. ESXi. You would have heard about it. You have a bit of experience in it. So the ESXi is the actual hypervisor where the actual virtual machines are going to run.
Okay.
So okay, so you have Microsoft Windows, probably 7 or 8. Which version of Windows you have? 10,
7.
8, 7. Okay,
7.
so as I asked before, what are you doing with your laptop? So probably watching movies or music or MS Office, something like that, right? So um, we are using ESXi for only one purpose, not for listening music, not for listening, watching movies, just for one reason, is virtualization. You can't listen music there. You can't watch movies there. This operating system, how you are going to install your Windows operating system in your laptop? Take a CD, put it in a
Yeah.
drive, install it. That's how it is, isn't it? So
Yeah.
something like that, we are going to install this product in your bare metal server. Not like your VMware workstation where you have Windows machine,
Okay.
and top of that you are downloading a VMware workstation,
Yeah.
installing that in your Windows workstation, and then creating virtual machines. This is just a test product or lab product. When you talk about the ESXi, which is a production product, we will be installing that product in your bare metal server. The bare metal server in the sense, we will be installing that directly in your laptop, not like a boot up in your Windows machine, install some application, nothing. It's a kind
Okay.
of operating system. It's gonna work as operating system, not exactly, but that's what you call it as a hypervisor, which is just made for what?
Okay.
Virtualization. Under vSphere suite, there is one more important product that is what we call it as a vCenter server for centralized management. I'm not going to talk much more about it now. We'll be
Okay.
talking in detail in further modules,
Okay.
right? Okay, so under vSphere Enterprise, they are saying these many products are there, or I could say these many features are there. That may be the right word. So uh, I just explained about ESXi. There are hell number of other features. We're going to talk about most of them, not everything, but at least we'll be talking about most of them.
Okay.
DRs, DPM, memory overcome, all this we'll be talking. Uh, you know, right? So this is going to be kind of your ESXi. On top of that, there is something like a vCenter server, which is used for centralized management. We'll be talking in detail about it. Okay, so this is the better. Hope you could be able to see. Okay, so there are three different editions, like in a vSphere. There are three different editions in vSphere. So even in any kind of operating system, there will be a number of editions, right?
Yes.
Windows 7
When,
Premium, Windows 7 Ultimate, something like that. Yeah. So what is this edition? Is
okay.
why do we need edition?
I mean,
vSphere, we talked about ESXi, we talked about vCenter. Why do we need editions?
I mean, if I mean, depending on the requirement, we'll go for the addition. Like we'll go.
Exactly. Each one of, please go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead. I was just about
Yeah,
to explain that. Like
yeah,
we want to go to data center, Windows 2012 data center only if we are going for the data center one, enterprise for production purpose. So
correct.
depending on our requirement,
So
we go for it.
exactly. So you know why you are going for Windows Server Data Center and why you are going for Windows Server Enterprise, why they are going for Windows Server Standard Edition.
Yes.
So each one of the edition is giving different features. People may be thinking, okay, see, I'm not going to use so critically. So these features I really don't want, but I have to save some money. Then obviously people will be going for the least edition, right?
Gopi,
And
I
people will be
can't see
thinking,
your
okay,
screen.
fine, I need.
Gopi,
You can't hear me?
no, you
Yeah.
can't see your screen. Your screen is being stopped.
Okay. Okay, fine. Thanks for letting me know that. All right. Can you back again?
Yeah. No, I can screen again.
Sorry for that. Right. So back here. So as I said,
Screen.
did you say something?
No, I just thought that you will first share the information and then show me the screen. So I
All
didn't.
right. All right. Yeah. Okay. I was just scrolling my screens. Oh, okay. I don't know where you missed. So just to let you know that. So this was the screen which I showed earlier.
Yes, this screen we saw.
So you saw, right? Okay, perfect. So this is the next screen. So nothing you missed. Good. All right. So as I said, so you could see here. So vSphere standard, probably they will be giving a number of features. Enterprise will be having additional features. Enterprise Plus will be having all the features of vSphere,
Okay.
right? So they'll be having multiple editions. So when you talk about 5.5, they'll be having different editions, 6 different editions. So they'll just keep going.
Okay.
So it all depends on the organization and the architect who is working there. So they can decide what edition they want. They do really need Enterprise Plus? They can decide. Do they really need such kind of features to manage the infrastructure? Then they can really go for that particular edition, but of course they have to pay for that. That's
Yeah.
always there. So it's all depends on the organization. It's unique, yeah. And again, Enterprise Plus is the topmost. It'll be having all the features what you really need. So, okay, so there are certifications for this. So now this course is for 5.5. So the 6 is already released, and the people are still trying to migrate to that. So
Yeah.
not at completely migrated, many people. So most of the enrollment you can still see 5 or 5.1 or 5.5. 5.5 is, most of the people are still using it. So this, I mean, this course is completely for 5.5, and of course they are talking about the 5.5 certification here. They call it as a BCP 5 DCB, Data Center Virtualization. So if you would like to go for the certification or something, now it's completely all the process are changed, and yeah, there are way to do it.
Okay.
But we will be covering all the subject related, whatever we have to cover it for this. I mean, for the VCP, you will be getting all the knowledge what you're supposed to get for VCP. I mean VCP. So that's all for the today because it's just an introduction class. We'll be starting the actual class from tomorrow. We should be
Okay.
talking much more about the virtualization and VMware. No, not virtualization. We'll be talking more about the VMware. So,
Okay.
do you have any questions for today's class?
Uh, no, I don't have any questions.
Perfect. Okay, so just to let you know, so if you have any question or any kind of disturbance, you can just drop me there. So
Okay.
no need to hesitate or something like that. So you can just drop me there and you can put a questions.
Okay.
And I would like to be like an interactive. The class should be interactive. I feel so. So you
Okay.
can put me any questions and yeah. So rather than
Yeah,
I just keep talking and you know watching the PPT, if it is
I got.
interactive, then it will be useful for both, right? All right. So if you don't have any questions, so we can wind up for today, and then we can just meet tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow in the sense
Yeah,
probably. I'm not sure. Yeah.
very. I mean,
All
generally after the session, will you be sharing your slides with me or how it will go?
right. Like I always like to take our notes. I always prefer take a pen and make a note of it. That's the best way of learning any kind of learn. And I'm not just talking about this particular stuff. So
Okay.
I always ask you to do that. Um, we will be sharing other PPTs, which will be from VMware. We'll be giving multiple links and other things, but we may not be giving the PPT, but we'll be sharing multiple other white papers, which will be like a deep dive. This is just a basic or something like that. So you need to go for the deep dive niche into that. So we'll be sharing the PPTs rather than this,
Okay.
right? So, and again, I prefer you to take a notes of each class. I
Yeah,
prefer,
sure.
but yeah, that's a way of learning. So yeah,
Yeah.
right. So yeah. So any other questions?
No, nothing.
Okay, perfect. So thank you. Thanks for joining. We'll talk tomorrow. Yeah.
Uh, do we need a laptop with 8 GB RAM from tomorrow?
If it is there, then it is well and good because yeah, that's how you want to do your lab. So I'll be teaching you how to do the lab. So
Okay.
you will be doing it. Any questions, you stuck up anywhere, any kind of questions, or if you don't know what to do, I'll be teaching you. I'll be teaching you every day, but you will be the one who gonna do it. I'm not the one who gonna do it. So
Okay.
any questions in doing or stuck up anything, I'll be helping you.
Okay.
So yeah, so tomorrow it will be like a software-defined data center. Tomorrow it may not be required, but maybe probably from next class, next to next class,
Okay.
you may need a lab,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
yeah, get preferred for. All right.
Bye.
Naveen,
Hello.
Yes.
well, can I speak to Naveen, please? If Naveen is there,
Not sure.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Okay, then okay.
Okay.
Cheers. Okay.
Cheers. Bye.
Cheers. Have a nice day. Bye bye.